A week ago, Steve Hodge is absent from tonight's replay. Indeed, the knee injury he sustained at the Dell will keep him out for most of March. But Nigel Jemson starts an FA Cup tie for the first time this season, and Gary Crosby is recalled after being rested for Saturday's league match at Luton. Gary Charles has the number 2 shirt. Southampton are shortly strengthened by the return of Jimmy Case back from suspension, but they have to make a change in defence. Russell Osman comes in replace of Kevin Moore, who's troubled by a hamstring injury. Paul Rideout keeps his place in attack with Alan Shearer, who was troubled by stomach problems last week, on the substitutes bench. From Walker. Tizier. And a teasing cross which is missed by Charles. And the opportunity missed by Cockerell. Again, it's floated in. I think Brian Clough is in danger of having a recurrence of tonsillitis if this goes on. Wallace hits the post and it comes out. Unbelievable. Forest are all over the place. And Rod Wallace, well, it was lower this time, but again denied by the woodwork. On by Rideout. Took it for the corner. In the 6-yard box again. Osman comes up. Ruddock is behind him and cleared off the line by Parker. That's a bit short. Here's Wallace. Scores. Well, you cannot say he doesn't deserve it. And Des Walker furious with himself. He was watching a difficult bounce. He thought he had the header right. He certainly waited his moment here, but the ball spun back a little bit at him, and as a result of that, he didn't give enough, and Wallace went on to score.
As you say, Jimmy Case clips it over the top, utilising Rod Wallace's pace, but Des Walker, as it spins back to him, doesn't get the power. Rod Wallace slips the goalkeeper, just keeps his feet in time, and really have to say, thoroughly deserved goal for Southampton.
Charles coming up in support, Keane making a forward run. Jemson, still Jemson! Still on, and it's turned away by Dodd. Robbed by Parker, shouldn't have had the chance. Clough! Cockerell with the time to look up. Wallace had the time to take it but didn't. Good challenge by Walker. And suddenly Forest are on fire here. Previously. Case. Chettle. Pearce. Jemson. That's a second chance. Oh, what a neat little header by Clough. Stephen Hendry would have been proud of him. Jemson. Pearce is forwards and went for the right foot shot on the bottom. Such is the reputation of Stuart Pearce that we have a 3-man wall, even though this is from quite a way out, as you can judge. Corner. And Southampton. It's a bit low from Crosby. Keane and Shearer puts it out of harm's way. And it's quickly taken to Jemson. Calm play by Case. Ruddock's clearance. Parker. Chettle. Clough. good block by Crosby, as it turned out. Parker. Forrest pushing it around beautifully. Lovely play by Clough. Crosby! Peel for handball. And handball it is. Wonderful pass by Clough that got Pearce in. And as the ball came out to Crosby, the linesman was waving furiously as Crosby tried for the shot, and a penalty has been given.
And Joe Worrell going across to the linesman, because it was the linesman that flagged and helped Joe Worrell give the decision. I don't think there's any way Joe Worrell could have seen it, but the linesman flagged immediately, and it was down to him, and it's a penalty.
Steve Williams of Chorley, the linesman. Nigel Jemson from the penalty spot. Scores! 1-1. Beautifully taken penalty. Lovely pass that was by Clough. Good stop by Tim Flowers. And the handball there by Benali as Crosby tried to get the shot in. Cost them before Parker. Much could depend on who picks up the thread the quicker. Clough got it through. Jemson, Wilson, Clough, good parry. Keane lays it back for Wilson, and it wasn't quite where Wilson wanted it to be. He was stretching a bit for that.
Nigel Clough, very unselfish, playing it square, just a bit wide, and I just think, as you say, he had to stretch for it, a bit off balance, couldn't get any power.
On by Wallace. Calmly done by Wilson. Osman. Cockrell. Wallace trying to get behind Charles. Did for a moment. Good play by the fullback. Again, rapturous applause. Good play by Cockrell. And we're back with Wallace and Charles again. The 18-yard area, but the ball isn't. The Tizier, Wallace starts to come in, then goes wide. Only really two men involved in the attack at the moment. Now there's some support from midfield. Cockrell, Dodd, three to pick out. Shearer, the Tizier! Wonderful try by Matthew Le Tizier. So nonchalant, and indeed with a touch of arrogance. It was a good ball by Dodd, a nice little header by Shearer, and a sweet attempt which deserved better fortune. Clough finds Pearce, and somehow it stays out. Benali was the player on the line. Jemson leaves it for Charles. Crosby stays short rather than going on. Jemson. A little short for Walker, and the error came as a result. Just the throw. Making sure he can grip the ball well. It's a good throw, rather stronger in fact than the man on the near edge who was Keane. Walker. a moment of quiet. Good attempt by Horn, but Wilson shrugged it off. Keane. Charles. Slightly caught in two minds. Jemson in the end collects it after making an initial good run. Pearce launched himself. And Horn makes what turns out to be a pass to Crosby. Good play by Wallace. Pearce was stopped in his tracks, and the free kick will be taken from the proper place. It's rather nearer the touchline than it had been taken. Shettle. Jemson has moved out to the left, Osman with him. This is Clough, nobody was picking up Nigel Clough. Finding rather more space now, that's a good ball from Keane. Crosby, Clough lets it go. Oh yes! And it's kept in from Jemson. Tim Clough will be very disappointed. It was a lovely move by Forrest. Superb passing, but the final shot didn't have real weight. And maybe that helped to fool Tim Clough. Keane, great angle to Crosby. Low cross, Clough dummied away from it, and the touch in by Jemson. But Tim Clough will be a little embarrassed, I suspect. That pass was intended for Crosby. Nearly again from Clough. Pearce and Osman. Jemson waiting, Crosby coming in, Keane as well. It's Jemson! That's his hat-trick. Another fine goal for Nottingham Forest. Three-one rather, 68 minutes gone. And the determination here of Pearce that took him away from Osman. Like a tank going at pace. Look at the position of Jemson for the fullback. Pearce aware of where he was, and Jemson quite clear about what he was going to do.
Great intelligence by both players here. Stuart Pearce looking up who's the easiest one to give, and there's Nigel Jemson held his place while Gary Crosby has gone near. Clips it in first time, a hat-trick. What, second game back, I think would be quite enjoyed. He's playing actually like a man who's missed a couple of months of the season and is enthusiastic to be back in the fray.
Parker, Jemson, Crosby. Parker, Keane. Just pushed across the front and eventually lost, but it's of no matter now. Walker. His error with the header. It's not something that needs to stay long in his memory. Another glance at the watch. Confirms what we've known since the 68th minute. Brian Clough a little bit nearer those twin towers at Wembley. A hat-trick for Nigel Jemson, which he took with some aplomb. Southampton starting well will look back on opportunities that went away. Forest in the end deserve winners, and they will now play the side against whom they scored 6 in the league. They go to Norwich to play the Canaries.